Greeting kindergartners and second graders, students from Juliette Low Elementary School. My name is Elisa, and I'm going to be sharing with you a story of Anansi and how the stories were given to him by the sky god. Once there were no stories in the world, and Anansi the spider went to see the sky god in order to buy these stories. The sky god said, "What makes you think you can buy them?" Anansi answered, "I know I should be able to buy them." The sky god said, "Great and powerful towns have come, and they were unable to purchase them. Yet you, who are but a masterless man, say you will be able." Anansi said, "What is the price?" The sky god replied, "They cannot be bought for anything except the python, the leopard, the fairy, the hornet." Anansi said, "I will bring all these." So he set out to capture them. First he went to where the python lives and loudly debated whether the python was really as long as a stick that he had, or that it was not, as his wife said. So he said, "The python is as long as a stick." "No, the python is not as long as a stick." "Well, the python is as... So the python, upon hearing this, come out of his house, and he said, "What is going on?" And Anansi explained the debate between his wife and him, that the python was not as long as a stick. So the python stretched itself out along the branch, and as soon as he did, Anansi quickly tied him to the stick. He had just captured the python. So then Anansi went on and said that he was going to capture the leopard next. So Anansi dug a deep hole in the ground. When the leopard came by, he fell into the hole. Well, the leopard was crying for help, and Anansi offered to help him out of the hole. So Anansi used his web and spun a great web and helped pull the leopard out of the hole. But as the leopard was pulled up out of the hole, he became entangled in the spider's web. Anansi just captured the leopard. So then the next thing he needed to capture was the fairy. So what Anansi did was he made a doll and he covered it with sticky gum, and he placed it under a tree. And then there he set in front of the little doll some yams. Well, the little fairy came out and she ate of the yams, and then she thanked the little doll for having presented the yam. The little doll didn't say anything. The fairy was like, "How rude of you to simply ignore me." So she slapped the doll in the face. And when she did so, her hand got stuck. So then she took her other hand and slapped the doll as well. And both of her hands were stuck in the doll and the sticky gum. Anansi had just captured the fairy. So the next creature that Anansi was to catch was the hornets. So how was he going to capture the hornets? So Anansi goes to where the hornets are at, and he has a jar with a lid. And he sits down and he starts debating. And he says, will they all fit or will they not fit? Oh, they should surely fit. Oh, no, I don't think they'll fit. So Anansi kept debating back and forth, and finally the hornets flew out and said, "Whatever in the world are you going on about?" And he said, "Well, my wife and I are having a debate whether or not that all of you will fit in the jar. I say you will not all fit in the jar." So they said, "Oh, well, we can easily help you with this matter." And they all flew into the jar, and they all fit. And Anansi very quickly sealed up the jar with the lid. So now he had captured the python, the leopard, the fairy, and the hornets. So he took them all back to the sky god. And the sky god said, "Kwaku Anansi, from today and going on forever, I present my God stories to you. Kose, 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 my blessing, my blessing, my blessing. No more shall we call them sky god stories, but we shall call them the spider stories." And that is how the spider stories came down from the sky and were introduced to the people through Anansi purchasing them through his wile and wisdom.
Greetings K through 2nd grade students of the Juliette Low Elementary School. My name is Izzy and we're going to be talking about the Savannah African Art Museum's spider stool. The beautiful wooden stool before you comes from the Bamileke people all the way across the world from the country of Cameroon in Central Africa. This stool is called a spider stool because the lacing patterning calls back to the idea of a spider web. But why a spider web? This is because spiders and spider webs are very important to the Cameroon people, as spiders have the mystical ability to connect things, including each and every one of us. For no matter how distant, each human life is connected to another. Your best friend, your teacher, somebody around the world, in some way we are all connected. And the only animal that can navigate this immense web of human life is the Bamileke ancestral spider. And now Miss Ray is going to be taking you on an interactive experience of our very own spider stool.